Second project, submit for preview to fresh today. Before we proceed, we'll follow the content, hold the roll and a budget of the reading.
Here, good morning, my Patient Awards Committee, Technical Working Group, Club Secretariat, Contractor Representative, all the viewers, live viewers, speakers, good morning. Today's privilege conference for contract ID number 26JC0023, Road Widening, Dipolog-Sindangan-Liloy Road, 26JC0032, construction of concrete road down from 3,003 steps to Linabo Peak, leading to Tulwanan Village, Old Town Site, Dipolog-City, 26JC0036, construction of concrete road down from Dipolog-Sindangan-Liloy Road, connecting to Bago-Siari section in support of the rice rubber, coconut, and Abaca industries, Sindangan, Zamboanga Norte, 26JC0042. Construction of concrete road, construction of road, Barangay Bantayan, Sindangan, 26JC0065, construction of multi-purpose building, indoor sport facility in Barangay, Olingan, City, 26JC0066, construction of multi-purpose buildings, SBAR, Bempos, in Barangay Bago-Sindangan, Norte, 26JC0068, construction of water supply system, construction completion of public water supply system, Sipo, Canivo, Barangay Guba. As President Manuel Rojas and now let's proceed to the roll call. Our backer person, Engineer Almars Estebedo. Our vice backer person, Engineer Italian. Back members, we have Engineer Dennis Tormis from the our acting procurement staff, the secretariat as well, secretariat, there from the working group, we have Engineer Joselito Villarreal, Engineer Jinky Canoy, Miss Michelle Versola, Architect Lisa Viola, from the secretariat. We have Engineer Evans Menes, Ms. Leone Cabale, and your school procedure Morale Engineer. Mr. Chair, 3 out of 5, from 3 out of 5 members, back member present today. Therefore, it's a quorum structure. You will proceed this private conference to the board.
Thank you, Comsec. Total present members present quorum. This quorum is now called to order. To proceed, calling the presenters to discuss the contact profile of projects.
Morning.
Good
morning to everyone, especially to our chairperson, Sir Almarci Acevedo, members of the Bids and Awards Committee, Technical Working Group, and the Secretariat, and also to leaders who are viewing online. Welcome to our pre-bid scheduled for today, July 30, 2026. So these are the agenda that we will be discussing. Number 1 is the basic contract data and project details. Number 2, the eligibility requirements. Number 3, the technical component envelope. Next is the financial component envelope. Then format sealing and marking of bids. And then lastly, the standard bidding procedures for procurement of infrastructure projects. For the basic contract data, we have 7 projects to be bid. These have contract IDs number 23, which has a contract or project name, Road Widening, Dipolog-Sindangan-Liloy Road, 1869-700 to 1870-200, located at Donosi Aguirre, Manukan, Zamboanga Norte, and an EBC of 32,089,200 and a project duration of 177 calendar days. For 26JC0032, we have construction of concrete road, Junction, 2003 steps on Linabo Peak leading to Tulwanan Village, Old Town Site, Dipolog City, Zamboanga Norte, from Station 4 plus 780 to Station 4 plus 950, and located at Lubdugan, Dipolog City, Zamboanga Norte. ABC, 4,254,180 pesos and have a duration of 40 calendar days. For for ID 260036, construction of concrete road, Junction, Dipolog-Sindangan-Liloy Road, connecting to Bago-Siari section in support of rice, rubber, coconut, and Abaca Industries, Sindangan, Zamboanga Norte, from Station 4 plus 08805 to Station 4 plus 89150, located at Barangay Siari, Sindangan, Zamboanga Norte, and have an ABC of 4,077,520 pesos and a duration of 41 calendar days. 1460-0041, construction of concrete road, construction of road, Barangay Bantayan, Sindangan, Zamboanga Norte, from Station 0 plus 450 to Station 0 plus 604, located at Barangay Bantayan, Sindangan, Zamboanga Norte, with an ABC of 4,851,000 and a duration of 30 calendar days. 426JC0065, construction of multi-purpose building, indoor sports facilities in Barangay Olingan, Dipolog City, Zamboanga Norte, located at Barangay Olingan, Dipolog City, Zamboanga Norte, with an ABC of 14,850,000 and a duration of 319 calendar days. And 26JC0066, construction of multi-purpose building, Bar Bemco in Barangay Bago, Sindangan, Zamboanga del Norte, located at Barangay Bago, Sindangan, Zamboanga del Norte, with an ABC of 4,950,000 and a duration of 193 calendar days. We have 26JC0068, construction of water supply systems, construction of completion of public water supply system, Sitio Sipo to Sitio Canibo, Barangay Gubat, President Manuel Rey Rojas, Zamboanga Norte. Location at Barangay Gubat, President Manuel Rey Rojas, Zamboanga Norte, and a BC of 2,970,000 and a duration of 120 calendar days. Now, for the eligibility requirements and the technical and financial component envelope or technical component envelope, it will be discussed by Ms. Rochelle B. Garzola.
So, good morning, everyone. So, for all contractors who wish to participate in this bidding are encouraged to enroll to this DPWH Civil Works application. So, the contractor's eligibility to bid on the project will be determined using the DPWH contractor profile eligibility process and subject to further post-qualification. So all contractors wanting to enroll in the civil works application shall submit not later than the deadline for the submission of the bids or simultaneously with the submission of its bids for the contract and duly accomplished contractor's confidential application statement for inclusion. Contractor's confidential application statement for inclusion form can be downloaded from our website. So for the PCAB license required for these projects are the following, as shown in the screen, all small b with classification General Engineering GE1 for 26C0065 General Building 266, and lastly for 26JZ0068 General Engineering GE4 for water supply. So for our technical component envelope, so we shall be needing a valid and updated PhilJob certificate of registration with platinum membership. For joint ventures, each partner of the joint venture shall submit the respective PhilJob certificate of registration in accordance with the IRR or RA 12009 and all should special PCAB license. We will also be requiring statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract, similar to the procurement project to be bid. Also, the following supporting documents shall also be needed as shown in the screen. To be eligible to bid for the contract, a bidder must have undertaken a single largest completed contract complying with the cost and similarity criteria. For the cost criteria, the contract should be at least 50% of the ABC. And also for the similarity criteria, to be considered similar, the contract must contain a category of work which is the same or similar to the major category of works of the contract to be bid, costing at least 40% of the total cost of SLCC, or a category of work which is the same or similar to the major category of works of the contract to be bid, costing at least equal or the same. Contractors with small a and small b categories without similar experience on the contract to be bid may be allowed to bid if the cost of such project is not more than the allowable range of contract costs on their pickup registration. So for the major and similar categories of work, as shown in the screen, so the next technical document is a statement of bidder all of its ongoing government and private contracts to be supported by the following. So latest percentage statement of work accomplished and percent of time elapsed, contract agreement with copy of scope of work and contract costs and bill of quantities, notice of award and notice to proceed, and for in case of joint venture agreement, state the percentage of participation. So next is a net financial contracting capacity computation in accordance with the ITB clause 5.6. Also, for joint venture agreement, we will be requiring each joint venture partner to submit the respective field job certificate and also submit the technical and financial eligibility documents of any of the joint venture partner to constitute compliance, provided that the partner responsible to submit the NFCC shall likewise submit the statement of all its ongoing contracts. So for the bid security, we are requiring any of the following forms. The most common is a bid securing declaration. And also required for the technical document is the organizational chart to be used by the bidder to execute the contract if awarded to it. Also indicate in the chart the names of the key personnel required in the bid data sheet. Also, we will also requiring the list of key personnel assigned to the project to be bid with their qualification and experience data using the prescribed form. These personnel must met the required minimum years of experience and qualifications as discussed earlier, with the supporting documents to be attached as shown in the screen. So for the list of contractors' key personnel, we are requiring the following. For projects 26 JC 23, 32, 36, 42, 65, 66, and 68. One project manager, one project engineer, and one materials engineer with 5 years of total experience and 3 years of similar experience and accreditation as prescribed. Also, one supply officer with duly accredited safety officer training and one foreman with the following years of experience as prescribed in the screen. So take note of the limits of assignment of accredited contractors or consultants of PE as per DEO 169 series of 2025. So for provisional project engineer, 10 contracts is the limit of assignment within the same region per simultaneous assignment, costing not more than 100 million, but with an aggregate cost of 500 million. For PE1, also same 10 contracts. For PE2, 10 contracts also with different aggregate costs shown in the screen. So also for this assignment of accredited contractors, for DO 98 series of 2016, for ME1, the limit of assignment, one project costing not more than 150 million, two projects with an aggregate cost of not more than 250 million, and three projects with an aggregate cost of not more than 200 million. And also, provide a copy of PRC ID and certificate of accreditation attached to the technical documents for project engineer and materials engineer. Also for safety officer, must have gone mandatory 40 hours basic construction, occupational safety, and health training from DOLE or any accredited training organization, and a copy of that certificate should be attached in the bidding documents. So pursuant to item 6 of Department Order number 9 series of 2012, if a proposed key technical personnel of an employee of the bidder and working on another project at the same time of the bidding, the bidder shall submit a certification that number 1, the personnel will be pulled out from the ongoing project once the bidder is awarded the contract. Number 2, he or she will be replaced with another person with equal or better qualifications as qualified by the head of the implementing office. The bidder may propose a key technical person who is not its employee, provided that the said personnel is required to submit a certification that he or she will work for the bidder if it's awarded the contract under bidding. No personnel shall be assigned to more than one key position. So next required document is the list of contractors' major construction and materials testing equipment units with proof of ownership in any of the following forms. So for minimum material testing equipment, please refer to DO number 11 series of 2017. So also, we are requiring omnibus sworn statement in accordance with section 54.3 of the IRRA 12009. We also be requiring additional document in case of corporation, partnership, and cooperative, the original notarized secretary certificate, and for joint venture, original special power of attorney. Also, lastly, the latest requirement, we will be requiring the latest general information sheet in compliance with Section 82 of the IRR of Republic Act number 12009, reflecting the beneficial ownership information duly filed and stamped received by the Securities and Exchange Commission for corporation, partnership, and private sectors organizations, foundations, and associations. And also, if you have a pickup size range of medium A, medium B, large A, and large B, we will be also requiring the ISO 9001-2015 certifications in compliance with Department Order 31, Series of 2007, and Department Order number 110, Series of 2024. So next, it's a financial document to be discussed by Ms. Christine L. Barinon. Yes. So good morning, everyone. I will now be discussing the financial component envelope and its content. So the first document to be included in the financial component envelope is the original or duly signed and accomplished financial bid form. Remember that failure to sign each and every page of the bid form, including the BOQ, shall be a ground for rejection of bid. The discount offered shall be signed by the person signing the bid if it is handwritten. So the second document is the original or duly signed bid prices in the bill of quantities or the BOQ. Bill of quantities has two portions. First, the BOQ for each part of the contract using prescribed form, and the bid price summary for all parts of the contract using the prescribed form. In the BOQ, the bidder shall not change the entries under pay item number, pay item description, unit, and quantity, which are set by the procuring entity. It shall indicate the subtotal for each page in the bill of quantities. Failure to sign each and every page of the bill of quantities and bid price summary shall be a ground for rejection of bid. The the third document to be included is the detailed estimates. It shall include a summary sheet indicating the unit prices of construction materials, labor rates, and equipment rentals used in coming up with a bid. All bidders shall be required to include the cost of all taxes, such as but not limited to value-added tax, income tax, local taxes, and other fiscal levies and duties, which shall be itemized in the bid form and reflected in the detailed estimates. The fourth and the last document to be included in the financial component envelope
is the cash flow by quarter using the prescribed form. It shall be based on the duration of the procurement project. At this juncture, I'll be discussing about the format, sealing, and marking of bids. Bidders shall submit their bids through their duly authorized representative using the appropriate forms provided in Section 9 Philippine Bidding Documents related forms on or before the deadline specified in the ITB Clause 19 in two separate sealed bid envelopes which shall be submitted simultaneously whether through manual or online submission. The first shall contain the technical component of the bid, including the eligibility requirements under ITB Clause 12, and the second shall contain the financial component of the bid. Forms as mentioned in ITB Clause 17.1 must be completed without any alterations to their format. No substitute form shall be accepted. Each and every page of the bid form, including the BOQ under Section 9 Philippine Bidding Documents, shall be signed by the duly authorized representative of the bidder. Failure to do so shall be a ground for the rejection of the bid. Any insertions, erasures, or overwriting shall be valid only if they are signed or initialed by the duly authorized representative of the bidder. Bid shall be printed in A4 size paper and binded. Each type of document shall also have a tab number. Bidders shall enclose their technical documents described in ITB Clause 12 in one sealed envelope marked technical component and the financial component in another sealed envelope marked financial component, sealing them all in an outer envelope marked bid. The bid shall be typed or written in ink and shall be signed by the bidder or its duly authorized representative. Bids shall be received by the back on the date, time, and place specified in the invitation to bid paragraph. Bids submitted after the deadline shall not be accepted by the back. All envelopes shall contain the name of the contract to be bid in capital letters. It shall bear the name and address of the bidder in capital letters, addressed to the procuring entity's back in accordance with ITB Clause 18.1, and shall bear the specific identification of this bidding process indicated in the ITB Clause 1.1, and shall bear a warning, do not open before the date and time for the opening of bids in accordance with ITB Clause 19. For manually submitted bid envelopes that are not properly sealed and marked as required in the bidding documents, the same shall be accepted provided that the bidder or its duly authorized representative shall acknowledge such condition of the bid as submitted. On the other hand, unsealed or unmarked bid envelopes or bids that cannot be opened or corrupted in case of online submission shall be rejected. The back shall assume no responsibility for misplaced or lost contents of the improperly sealed or marked bid for its premature opening. Aside from the original copy, the bidder shall submit additional 2 copies of the technical and financial component of the bids. So this juncture, the next topic, which is the standard bidding procedures for procurement of infrastructure projects, will be discussed by Engineer Jinky Elcano.
Good morning. Standard bidding procedures for procurement of infrastructure projects. First is the preliminary examination of bids. The BAC shall open the first bid envelopes in public immediately after the deadline of submission and receipt of opening of the first bid envelope, checking the presence and absence of all required documents in each bidder against checklist using a non-discretionary pass or fail criterion. Opening of the second bid envelope. Only only second envelopes of bidders whose first envelope was rated passed will be opened. Failed, there's no need for the opening of the second envelope. Bids with missing, incomplete, or patently insufficient and or total bid price exceeding ABC shall be rated failed. For ranking, only bids whose both envelopes were rated passed shall be considered for the evaluation and comparison. The next is the detailed evaluation of bids. Partial bid is not allowed. Where a required item is provided but no price is indicated, it shall be considered as non-responsive. For arithmetical calculation, the BAC will be checking the computational errors to enable proper comparison of all eligible bids. If a bid price, as evaluated and calculated, is higher than the ABC, the bidder submitting the same shall be automatically disqualified. There shall be no lower limit or floor on the amount of the award. For discrepancies, you may refer as shown on the screen. The next is the post-qualification. The purpose of post-qualification is to determine whether the bidder with the lowest calculated bid complies with and is responsive to all requirements and conditions as specified in the bidding docs. Within 5 calendar days from the receipt of notice of the BAC, the following must be submitted by the bidder undergoing post-qualification. 1. Registration certificate, mayor's or business permit, tax clearance, pickup license, audited financial statements, latest income and business tax returns. These are the procedure during post-qualification. First is the legal requirements. The BAC will verify, validate, and assert in licenses, certificates, permits, and agreements submitted by the bidder. The BAC will also verify the bidder is not included in any blacklist. For technical requirement, verification and validation of bidder's stated competence and experience, checking also for the competence and experience of the bidder's key personnel to be assigned in the project, and the verification and availability and commitment and or inspection and testing of the required capacities and operating conditions of the major construction equipment and their material testing equipments. They have also to check the performance of the bidder in its ongoing project for government and private contracts. If any of these ongoing contracts shows the following deficiencies due to their fault, the BAC shall disqualify. First situation, negative slippage of at least 15% in any project or negative slippage of at least 10% in each of 2 or more contracts. Second, failure to commence repair works on ongoing contracts within 7 calendar days and to complete them within 30 calendar days after receipt the procuring entity's notice of defects and deficiencies. Third condition, failure of the contractor to commence repairs works on contracts with pending certificates of acceptance within 30 calendar days and complete them within 90 days after receipt of the procuring entity's notice of defects and failures. Fourth situation, substandard quality of work as per contract plans and specifications or unsatisfactory performance of the contractor's obligations as per contract terms and conditions. Third is the financial requirements. BAC shall also verify and validate and ascertain the bid price proposal of the bidder and whenever applicable the bidder's NFCC to ensure that the bidder can sustain the operating cash flow of the transaction. If the BAC determines that the bidder with the LCB passes all criteria for post-qualification, it shall declare that the said bid as the lowest calculated responsive bidder and recommend to the hope the award of the contract to the said contractor. If, however, the BAC determines that the bidder with the LCB fails the criteria for post-qualification, it shall immediately notify the said bidder in writing for its post-qualification and the grounds for it. Immediately after BAC has notified the first bidder of its post-qualification and notwithstanding any pending request for reconsideration thereof, the BAC shall initiate and complete the same post-qualification process on the bidder with the second lowest calculated bid. If the second bidder passes the post-qualification and provided the request for reconsideration of the first bidder has been denied, the second bidder shall be post-qualified as the bidder with the LCRB. Again, if the second bidder, however, fails the post-qualification, the procedure of post-qualification shall be repeated for the bidder with the next LC lowest calculated bid, and so on until the lowest calculated responsive bid is determined for award. Next is the award of contract. After the BAC determines the bidder with the lowest calculated responsive bid or the single calculated responsive bid, they shall recommend to the HOPE the award of the contract to the bidder with the LCRB or SCRB. In case of approval, the HOPE shall immediately issue the NOA or Notice of Award to the bidder with the LCRB or SCRB. After 10 calendar days with the receipt of the winning bidder of the NOA, the following conditions shall be complied. Submission of the following documents: the CARI, construction schedule in form of PDM, bar chart with S-curve and cash flow, the equipment utilization schedule, manpower utilization schedule, construction methods, construction safety and health program approved by the DPWH, certification under oath stating that the contractor is free and clean of all tax liability of the government, and the integrity pledge. Next is the posting of performance security and signing of contract. If the bidder fails to meet this condition, they will be subject for disqualification and their bid security will be forfeited. Within 7 calendar days from the date of approval of contract, the procuring entity shall issue the NTP together with a copy of the approved contract to the successful bidder. The date of receipt of the successful bidder of the NTP shall be the date of the effectivity of contract and the start date of the project. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the presentation of on the open data. In all matters relating to this topic, we're going to completely discuss any reactions, questions, or qualification. Hearing that, any questions for John?
For the schedule, sir,
Sheet.
the deadline of submission, opening and preliminary examination of bid shall be on August 13, 2026 at exactly 10:15 a.m. here at Chairman's Unit Office. So kung ganda na, DPWH kung ganda na beses kami sa Sindarin Office with Bago-Siari, that's all.
Thank you, Jose. Anyone have a question?
Mr. Chairman, would also be speaking of, please make a decision.
And seconded, this proceeding is now adjourned.